Bob, how do you see this one going?
Oh, well, I hope, Mike. I don't know. Well, you know, we're making our first visit to this green, and it's a gamble like the semi-final was. But I think this is a bigger gamble, as you will see by the hill. We're looking for we would like a 50 or 60, but as you know, against one of the best counties in the country, Yorkshire, it'll take some doing. But our lads are full of confidence. They've practised very hard all week, and we're just hoping for the best.
Now, you mentioned the word gamble, and you've certainly taken a gamble, because unusually you've chosen not to practice the green before the final. Can you tell me the thinking behind that?
Yes, it's our lads have practiced it for a fortnight. I can't see what they're going to learn in a quarter of an hour. All we can possibly do is just show the opposition any little thing that they may want to pick up about the green. No, we forego our practice. We don't need it. It's only a quarter of an hour. They've got to learn no more in a quarter of an hour than what they've been bowling all week on it.
Now, psychologically, you've won every game this year, but Yorkshire, rather surprisingly, have lost one against fellow Midlanders, the Potteries. Do you think that's going to have any bearing this afternoon? Are they going to come down here thinking, well, you know, it's the Midlands again?
I don't know. Potteries did very well, didn't they? Beat them home and away. We've beaten them once at home, but not in the overall match. But, well, I don't know. They may have that feeling. We just hope this green's going to come to our rescue and the lads bowl it well. And, of course, the main factor is our away team. They've got to perform up there. They've got to hold them within about 20 or 30 to have us any chance.
That's right, and of course the away green at Meltham is much different from this one. It's a large green, and you've made some significant changes in this particular match. You've chosen people like Varney and Rawlins away. Is that significant?
It's trying to get the balance. It's all about getting the balance into the side. I mean, even Yorkshire have altered their side. They've not brought their 12, what we would consider their 12 best players down here. They've split them up a bit and put some of them at home. Perhaps we've done likewise.
And in about 3 hours' time, you'll be hoping to celebrate like you perhaps wanted to do 2 years ago when you were president then.
Marvellous. I hope we do. It'll be a marvellous night if we do. I think this game will be a lot longer than the one up there. And as an aside, Dave Rawlins said he can possibly eat his tea up there, get in the car and come down here and watch the last 4. That's how long they think the game's going to take on here.
And here we go. Look forward to some excellent bowling this afternoon. And you join us here at the Coundon Club with the first match that we're going to cover this afternoon, and it's between one of North Midlands' most promising young players, Peter Spencer from the Bedworth Bowling Club, and one of the top names in Crown Green bowling, Roy Nicholson from the Ackroyd Park Club in Yorkshire. At the present moment, the score stands Spencer 5, Nicholson 3. This is an encouraging start, Bob, by the North Midlands youngster.
Yes, he's finding the green quite well, isn't he? He's just bowled a superlative end here to take one off Nicholson.
Of course, what we should say straight away, this is a very, very difficult green to bowl. As you can hear, the very, very large crowd here urging the North Midlands on. This must please you, Bob, a good crowd.
Oh, yes, good crowd, isn't it? Very good crowd. They've all come to see this game. What can you have better than the best county team? Proved the best county team over the years.
That's right.
Yorkshire.
Yes, Yorkshire have won this title on 17 occasions. So they're no strangers to the pressure that's being put on them this afternoon. And as it stands at the moment, the youngster lies another one. Want to keep this one on the green, force the Yorkshire player to bowl a good bowl to get in. You can hear there, good bowl spanner. That's his nickname, Spencer.
Oh, it's held on, Mike.
Super glue on that ball, I think.
Well,
all eyes on this bowl of Nicholson's. The crowd are shouting miss all. And it has. Whether it's gone far enough to give the youngster another 2 is debatable.
Hey, both going spanner, lad.
Just 1, so the score now stands at Spencer 6, Nicholson 3. Must be a tremendous pressure on this youngster, Bob, because Nicholson lost in the final of the Bass Masters only a fortnight ago to Brian Duncan, of course lost in the final of the All England Championships last year as well.
Yes, of course he's definitely out the top bracket. Peter's first season in County Bowls, but he seems very calm, unflustered. I'm sure he's enjoying every moment of it.
Just 27, Spencer.
Yeah, he works for a local engineering company, Mike.
Nicholson, much older, 46, carpet display manager from Halifax in Yorkshire. I understand, Bob, this green's only been laid 3 years.
Yes, only been laid 3 years. Very little. There's been very little merits or anything on it other than league matches. The local team usually crucify the opposition.
The Yorkshire supporters are shouting plenty of room for Nicholson, but I think having been on the green for about 10 minutes, he already realises that there's a lot more to it than that.
He's short again. Way short.
2 more to the youngster, 8-3. Of course, talking about the debut by the youngster here, Nicholson has been playing for Yorkshire something like about 16 years now, and has a tremendous record, although this year he struggled. He's played 4 county matches and won 2, and only narrowly, which is unusual for Roy. And of course, amongst his big wins, Bob, is the one everybody wants to win, the Waterloo Handicap, which he won in 1981.
Oh, marvellous to win that, isn't it? How many games do you have to play in that, Mark, to win that? Oh.
Well, they start off with about 2,048 entries.
I can't work that out.
Seems to be using the green well, this youngster, at the moment, Bob.
He's very confident, isn't he? He's going over this crown quite a bit and down this hill. Look at the jack just going on and on and on. Of course, the trick is to bowl to the top and hope you stop when you go over.
A deep breath. Will that bowl gather speed? That's the question.
It's going to get over, but is it going to stop?
Here it goes, gathering speed now.
Perfect weight, Mick.
Yes, perfect weight. As we should say, for those who are unfamiliar with Crown Green Bowls, the noise that you can also hear is because there are 3 other matches on the green at the moment, 12 in a team. This is the home venue. The away venue is in Yorkshire, and that's where North Midlands are hoping for their away side to at least hold the favourites, I suppose one could say, in everybody's book, if you're not a North Midlands player, of course.
I bet he don't tell it.
Beautiful delivery, this lad, Bob.
Yes. He looks to have another nice weight, Mike. Look at this one just trickling over.
Yes, another good bowl here.
Anything within a yard or 2 is going to be good on here today, especially when they go over that hill.
Nicholson looks better this time.
A lot better weight this time.
Will he miss all and run through?
Don't know. How far he's gone through, Mike, do we?
Looks like it may be just 1. To Spencer. Yes, he signalled 1, so he leads now 9-3. An impressive start, certainly.
Great start. I bet he's feeling top of the world.
And I think all credit to him, he came back because he had a fairly humiliating defeat in his debut. I think, Bob, the first match he lost quite comprehensively, but...
Mind you, we did put him away, Mike, which is perhaps not the best of places to start off with, but then again, that's... He certainly showed his mettle in the last 3 games.
Yes. Looks to have a fair bowl again here.
He's pulled up quite a bit short, Mike. I don't think Roy's going to be short this time, having bowled 2 bad ones up there.
Normal top players of Nicholson's ability normally can correct a ball. Difficult to see from this angle whether he's done it on that occasion, but certainly Spencer won't want to be short with this.
He looks to be struggling to me. He's running to the back of his own.
Oh, wonderful opportunity here for the Yorkshire player to get his first 2 in this game. And he has. So the score now stands at Pete Spencer 9, Roy Nicholson 5.
Yeah. Yeah, we're right, referee.
And we can now see from the scoreboard that the present situation in the game is that Rowley Pratt, game number 1, leads Ian Bottomley 8-4. Nick Skidmore trails in his game with Mick Robinson 7-4. The game we've been covering, Peter Spencer is leading Roy Nicholson 9-6. And game number 4, Pete Dewis is 8-1 behind against the Deputy President from Yorkshire, Jean Barton.
I like that trot, referee. Wonderful trot. Knees well up.
They're both just exploring, trying to see which of the one lengths they like to bowl.
And of course, Bedworth Bowling Club, I suppose, where the semi-final was played, is not unlike this green in the sense it's very tricky.
Well, yes, you're right, Mark. There's this big hill business, the same as we had at Bedworth for the semi-final. He must be quite used to just bowling these woods to reach the top and just trickle down to the jack.
And this is what he's hoping for here.
Looks a nice wood, Mike, going down.
Crowd seem to be in favour of that. Excellent.
Yes, he's run the jack.
It's one of the few we've seen hit the jack this afternoon so far, isn't it? And now, of course, Roy Nicholson, twice winner of the Yorkshire Merit. Tremendous performance by any standards. He won't be short. Hoping to push that bowl out or collect the jack. He's just gone through. I like the way this youngster takes his time, Bob.
Yeah, very unflustered, isn't he?
It's one of the faults with youngsters in the modern game. They want to get on with it. They think it's all about delivering the bowl as quickly as you can. He takes his time, nice delivery, plenty of concentration. He knows this is the one to win. The bowl running on. Wants to get this one in the frame.
It's vital to get it in, Mark, unless it gives Roy he'll have a free bang at that, but no, he's in for 2 now.
Could take a 4-shot advantage if Nicholson doesn't get in here. Thinking about what to do, Nicholson, here. But unfortunately, there's bowls in the way, so he's got to take his time. Other ends on the green, of course. Not much close bowling this afternoon, Bob.
No, we didn't expect it on here. No, you're not going to get very... You might get a few closer woods up along this top edge round by the club.
Should mention, of course, the referee this afternoon with a very difficult job, Tony Green, who's a manufacturing jeweller from the Hockley quarter of Birmingham, a member of the Warwick and Worcester Association. Still waiting, Nicholson, until another end is complete. He steps forward now. Can never discount this man. Winner of the Waterloo Handicap. Lost in many top finals and won many in the last 15 or 16 years. He looks to be running a bit, Bob.
Yeah, he's playing through at it a bit, isn't he? He's hoping to pick it up because he's got the furthest wood. Now he's sailed by, he's 2 down.
Important there, 13-9 now to the youngster from Bedworth. I think it's true to say, Bob, if we look at the first 4, both home and away, my feeling would be that Yorkshire perhaps have loaded the first 4 at both venues, hoping to get a psychological advantage.
Yeah, this was, when I over in Birmingham at a bowls meeting, and they're looking at the programme, and one or two of the aficionados thought the same thing over there, Mike, that they'd loaded the first 4 at home and away.
But certainly if this youngster can nail one of the Northern Counties top players, it'll be a tremendous boost for the North Midlands team. Of course, you've been in the final 4 times, Bob, prior with 1991. It's about time you won it.
Yeah. I seem to think that we've only been in it, well, we've been in it once in the modern way, where everybody goes into the hat. The other previous 5 times, was it 4 or 5 times, has been 4 times when they drew it out the North versus South, and they played it in 2 halves.
Correct. Yes. Of course, we ought to say here as well that besides the honour of being the inter-county champions, there's a first prize here of £1,000, and you're guaranteed 550 if you run us up, and you're not well off in this association, I understand.
No, we're not too rich. Mind you, I'd like the other prize that goes with it. That gallon of brandy would suit me.
And there are plenty of people in the North Midlands thinking, yes, we'll share it with you as well. Yes, and I think it's important that these sponsors, Martell, have been with the British Crown Green Bowling Association for 14 years. In fact, they're the oldest sponsors with the British Crown Green Bowling Association, and all credit to them, and there's representatives here today. And this is an interesting end. It could be that the youngster here is going to collect 1 or 2 bowls that look the same on the card, Bob, however bad they may appear on the green.
They do, but
just one.
Look at that. What, 2, 4? It must be 8 yards the nearest wood, isn't it?
14-9. Nicholson's thinking, when I lay carpets, I need to get them better measure than that. 14-9 to the youngster. Again, taking his time, concentrating fully, trying to shut out the other games on the green. I don't think, Bob, and you know better than me, that Spencer's won anything of any significance in the game, has he?
No, not yet. I don't recollect him winning anything, no. His father was a very keen bowler, and he introduced him when he was at the Alvis, the now defunct green. But his father was a very good bowler.
Where's this one going? Fortunately, pulled well away there, but that may not be last looking at this green.
Well, Roy certainly put a bit of weight into this one.
I thought it was interesting beforehand. I was speaking to Eddie Elson, the former British Crown Green Bowling Association secretary, and asking him where was the crown, and he said it's all umps and bumps.
Yeah. I mean, look what Peter's on with about a 6-yard wood here.
Well, he certainly seems to have controlled this better. And cheers are already going up from the North Midlands. They've got this as a good bowl.
Lovely weight. Beautiful bowl.
Now it'll be a good bowl to beat that.
He's better weight this time, Mike.
We shall soon know from the crowd over that particular quarter of the green. He looks a bit fast to me.
The crowds don't seem to...
waving it by.
Waving it on.
Like the train leaving Crewe Station. Round the back. Could have saved one.
Saved one.
He's getting near that 21, Bob. 15-9.
15-9. Bowling very well. Should be a nice start, Mike, if you could get him off in single figures, wouldn't it?
Yes, I haven't seen much of this young lad, but I must admit he certainly seems to have the qualities that Leeds want to believe he's going to be in this team for some time to come.
Nice young age, isn't it? 27, ideal.
And let's face it, Bob, we need to spare a thought today for the likes of Cliff Bordley and Reg Poynton, who've been stalwarts in this North Midlands County team for many years.
Well,
and, you know, it's nice to see youngsters coming through like him and Skidmore.
It is.
To replace those.
It's one of their regrets that they were never in a winning county team, final team.
No doubt if you win, though, you'll see Reg all right for a cigar and a drink tonight.
Oh, I've already seen him. He's already scrounged one off me. Yes, there's a lot of the old county players here today. There's some from the very early beginning of it, mid-1950s. They're all sitting round here. We invited all the life members here today as well.
Nice gesture, that. I would estimate there's something of a crowd in the region of 250, 300 here, perhaps?
Something like that, Mike.
Now, the referee is being asked for a decision here, Tony Green, as to who he believes is shot. Remember, it's only what he believes. Each player is entitled to call for the measurers to decide definitely. But at least Spencer's playing up to the end.
He looks short, Mike.
Shorter than I thought. I thought he'd climb the hill in actual fact. I wouldn't imagine Nicholson will be short.
What? No, he's...
Could have just dropped in, although it's fell back.
Oh, it's fell back, so we don't know. One of his supporters is signalling too.
Looking very close. Peter at this moment in time. Yes, the measures are being called for. Charlie Fox, veteran measurer for the North Midlands. This could be important. This is just the time in the game, Bob, when Spencer doesn't need Nicholson to get back in.
No, if he was going to try and keep the pressure on. I don't know.
Nicholson's got one.
One back.
15-10, Spencer leads. It was interesting earlier in the game, Bob, this mark that they're particularly bowling now, and bearing in mind for those who don't know Crown Green bowls, that a mark means that the jack must be 19 metres or more from the mat. And Nicholson bowled this particular mark exceptionally well. So he's looking again to perhaps recoup some of the deficit. And he's got a good bowl there. Need to be spot on with his weight this time, Spencer.
They think he's short, Mike. The crowd up there. He is short, yes.
Yeah, that's a bad ball. Because if Nicholson can get past that, then he puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the young Bedworth bowler. And he's certainly passed it, Bob. Oh, he hasn't. I thought he'd just come on the inside of that. He's just one.
Trouble is, Peter has got to dodge his.
That's right. That looked as if it was going to just miss and come in for another very good bowl. Well, this is certainly different land this time.
Just playing a bit tighter, isn't he? I don't know what it is.
Oh, if he can pass that, he's got a chance. Might still trickle in.
Could fall in now.
Well, they say fortune favours the brave. It was a brave shot there by Pete Spencer, and I think it's probably come off for him. Or has it?
There's no signals.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, one of those lucky wicks. You only get them if you're up, Mike.
Yeah, I don't get many of them myself, Bob. No, I think it's true to say that obviously skill is a very important factor in the game of Crown Green bowls, but I think any skillful player does acknowledge that at certain times you need some luck.
Oh, you need that lady luck, yeah.
Now, this is a very, very interesting mark the youngsters picked out here. Just got to get over the top of the hill, trickle down towards that jack. He's hardly loose, that. Looks as if he won't get there, Bob, but all of a sudden, away it'll go.
Oh, it'll start picking up. It picks up speed now, Mike.
Here he goes now.
Whether he can stop on that lip at the back of the green.
Well, it's on the green.
Done.
16-10 to Peter Spencer. Nicholson again, taking his time. He's seen all this before, been member of the Yorkshire county team that have lifted this championship title on a number of occasions when he's played, and that bowl is going to go well past now.
I think that's going in. In he goes. But Roy's been adjusting well on his second wood, Mike, on these tricklers.
Yes, he has. He looks as if he's dropped this one well short, Bob.
No, it'll go down. There he goes.
It is still going. Turned out into a reasonable ball.
That's the speed you got to go over, Mike, that is.
That's right.
Now you can judge Roy's speed now. Look, it looks a bit quicker, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Oh, this would be a good two if the youngster could collect here.
Oh, no, it ain't too bad. He's going to look... It's taking a big arc with it being a thumb peg, isn't it? Look.
Shouting steady, the Yorkshire supporters, and I think it's steadied enough.
He could have won it.
Yes, he has. Good bowl, that, by Nicholson. 16-11 to Peter Spencer. There's one thing about it, Bob, the North Midlands supporters are not short at voicing their opinions, are they, as we can hear in the background? Not a bad bowl here from Nicholson, a long way up there.
It's a big heave up that hill.
He certainly seemed to put plenty behind that. But he's short.
Well, the crowd's saying he's not there, Mike.
Nicholson's up this time. But missed the land.
He's missed the land, hasn't he? Right, Peter. Put a yard in. It's yours.
Is he there again?
Certainly beaten his first.
Oh,
yes.
Lots of applause. That's it.
Lovely shot.
Yes, that's a good ball. (17-11). He leads. Certainly got to put the brakes on this mark, Bob. It's all downhill this way, isn't it?
Certainly is.
What sort of plus are you realistically looking for this afternoon?
40.
40. And of course we shall know very shortly what's happening away in the game at Meltham, where I understand that Richard Bennett's not going to play.
No, he's took ill in the week. He's up here watching today, but he doesn't consider himself fit to play.
That's a bit of a blow, because Richard's a very good player and
very experienced, and especially in the away legs. They've picked a motor count here, Mike, which is very near impossible, isn't it? Look where the jack stopped, halfway down this slope. Peter's gone through.
This will be a good bowl if it stops.
But I can't see it stopping. It's going to go down and join it.
And it has.
And he's on.
Because it's one thing, you know, Bob, thinking about Yorkshire, and yes, I think they are probably the best county side, certainly on paper. I know games are not won on paper, but really they lost to the Potteries early on, as we said, on a very fast green. And I remember Warwick and Worcester Association beat them 3 or 4 years ago on a very, very fast green like this.
On the Glebe, yeah, I was there that day.
That's right.
But didn't they take them back to the Glebe last year and get beat?
That's right. It's true to say you only get away with it once against Yorkshire. And I think that the youngster may have signed his own death warrant here for 2. I don't think Nicholson will miss out on the chance of getting 2, although that bowl's struggling.
Struggling now.
Roy doesn't know whether to blow it or...
It's going now.
What to do.
Yes. It'll make 2, and I can't see it running out down the bottom now at that pace, even if it goes down.
No, it looks as if it's going to clinch 2. Yes, 2 to Roy Nicholson. 17-13 to Peter Spencer. We talked a little bit beforehand, Bob, about the fact that your county decided not to take up the facility of practising the green beforehand, and there are all sorts of comments from various people, particularly Yorkshire supporters, about a little bit of gamesmanship and yes, you should do and all the rest of it. But there's nothing in the rules to say that you should.
Nothing at all. Can't see what there's any problem at all. If there's any losers by it can only be the home county, not getting the practice.
Although I think it's fair to say that although you didn't practice today, I know that these lads have been here virtually every available opportunity to practice during the week.
The leagues give us dispensation this last week. The Wednesday and the Thursday league was cancelled, and they've had 7 days uninterrupted practice on it. And of course the home team's been here offering their advice and showing them what they can.
I bet they don't lose many at home, do they, Bob?
They haven't been beaten yet.
They haven't. They tell me the local church bells will ring when they lose one at home. Urging this one on the North Midlands crowd. It looks like Spanner.
He's going to run out the back.
He's hoping that he doesn't. Oh, he has run out. Another one to Nicholson. He's creeping back now,
isn't he?
Measures are called for. Nicholson thinks he's shot. The youngster disagrees. The measurers will make sure. Measuring Roy Nicholson's bowl first, so that's an indication possibly who the officials think may be shot this end. Although from that it seems as though it's much closer than was at first thought. A dead end?
Oh, dead end.
Dead end. It's interesting. That means that the measurers and the referee, more importantly, are not able to split the 2 bowls. I don't think Roy Nicholson looks very happy about that decision, but nevertheless, that's what it is.
I don't think Roy ever does look very happy, though, does he?
And of course, he's on 13. You may think the luck's turned against him. The North Midlands supporters are hoping that's what happened. 17-13 to Peter Spencer. Back on this mark again.
Yes. He fancies this mark, doesn't he?
Yes. Needs to be short of the jack here. And he doesn't look to have a bad bowl.
Good lead, Mike.
It is a very good lead, particularly now it's bellied in front. You've got to be perfect weight, the young player here. And he's not far away if he's got the weight. But unfortunately, not the
His
last
ball is
game,
short
was
here, isn't
again.
he?
Giving Nicholson plenty of chance here to put pressure on by dropping that ball short. Chosen different land. He may have completely turned it over here. And that may still be counting for 2. He must be up.
He's got to dodge his own wood. This is the problem, isn't it? He's smacking his line. Perhaps a little bit extra weight, it'll wobble round. Now it'll come round.
Just trying.
Come on round.
Oh, what a magnificent ball this one.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Beautiful wood.
That's what the game of Crown Green Bowls is all about. Adjust the weight, adjust the length. 18-13. That could be the winning bowl.
We hope.
Going across the middle again now, Spencer. The sun's gone in here at the moment, so conditions are becoming a little more difficult, although at least it's not rained, which is to the advantage of the home side who've been practicing all the week. He's just dropped this, and will it trickle down towards the jack, Bob?
It's going. Now it quickens up.
In comparison to what we've seen previously, Bob, that's not a bad ball.
No, it's got lovely weight, isn't it? It's a hell of a job to get a toucher down here, Mark.
I think this could be slightly better. I think
Yes,
Nicholson
he's
gives a little bit more land.
more land, doesn't he?
He's got
He's got a good weight.
possibly, but
It does lip up slightly at the bottom, Mike. That's one thing. The green.
it seems as though he may be narrow again. I don't know. It's difficult to judge, but
He's a bit quicker. Now, can he pull up? Round it comes.
Or hit the back bowl. Just gone out.
Gone out.
Nicholson looking for 2 here, which will put him within 3 of the North Midlands youngster.
Seems to have nice weight again, Mike.
Yeah, that's 2.
Smashing 2, wasn't it?
2 to Roy Nicholson there. 18-15 to Peter Spencer. So I think it's important to say, Bob, that what Yorkshire are looking for here are basically good scores from their away side.
Yeah, they don't necessarily got to have winners, have they? I mean, if they all get 17s, 18s, 19s and an odd couple of 3 winners, then they've done the job.
Equally, that's of course what you're looking for up there.
Yes. That's what makes it so interesting, having the home and away.
That's right. And of course, 2 Coundon bowlers are in the first 4 for the North Midlands in the away leg. They can't play on this green, of course, because it's their own green and they're not permitted to by the British Crown Green Bowls rules. And that's Davey, Bennett and Dave Rawlins. Dave Rawlins, of course, one of the most experienced players in the North Midlands at county level. Important end this for the youngster, Bob. Needs to get in here if he
Let's
can.
get on to this 18. Let's get on this 19, don't they? Always within 2 shots a game. That's what you want.
Yes. And Nicholson seems to
He's
have
got
a fair
fair
lead
wood
here.
here. Good lead.
still about 2 foot for the Bedworth bowler to get in. Seems a reasonable pace. Better now.
Oh, beautiful.
Now, Nicholson won't be short this time, that's certainty. No, and he isn't.
He looks wide.
Oh, what a wonderful opportunity here for Spencer to get to within one of game. All he needs to do is pass that short ball. Doesn't want to be on the jack. But he's off land.
He's going off land. He's going to pull over here, Mike, towards us.
Still 19-15.
Now, do you think he'll go down the hill again?
Well, he's been 2 or 3 times and found himself on the receiving end of 2s by the top Yorkshire bowler.
I wonder if he might try something across the far side of the green.
Yes, I think if I was him, tactically, I'd be looking for somewhere else, Bob. You don't get many second chances against a player of the class of Roy Nicholson. But this lad has had a second chance. And he's taken it.
Finished a yard.
So, if Roy Nicholson doesn't beat that bowl...
Well, I thought he would get in here, Mike. Oh,
Has he?
Not up. Not up.
And a magnificent
There he
victory
goes. Well
for 27-year-old Peter Spencer. 21-15 against Roy Nicholson. An excellent victory. You pleased with that, Bob?
Oh, definitely. That must be his best scalp he's had. Great stuff, wasn't it?
And now we're moving over to the scoreboard at this moment in time because the other 2 matches from the first 4 are taking place on the green at the moment. And the scores show that young Nick Skidmore, who was the quarter-finalist in the recent Bass Masters, is 19 across with Mick Robinson. And Pitch Lewis from Hornchwood trails the Deputy President from Yorkshire, Jean Barton, 19-16. And we're going to concentrate now on the game between Nick Skidmore and Mick Robinson, 19 across. And at this moment in time, these 2 players are measuring whether the jack that's been delivered is a mark. Of course, another promising youngster, Bob, Nick Skidmore.
Oh, yes, he's been playing for a couple of years now. We brought him in, but he's another young, unflappable.
And of course, a very, very talented level green bowler, recently selected for the School of Excellence, being coached by Davey Bryant. And you can't get any better than that. He delivers the bowl here. Lost to Brian Duncan in the quarter-final of the Bass Masters.
Bowled a good wood.
And Mick Robinson, a player with an unusual delivery from Yorkshire, almost like a snatch. There he goes. But an exceptionally good player, this player.
He's overplayed it, hasn't he?
Oh, what a wonderful chance for another victory here for the North Midlands.
Come on, Nick, put it on.
Skidmore looking for this one now. The crowd are saying it's there. 2, those are the 2 that he wants.
He daren't take it out up this hill, Marks. He won't reach.
Concentrating hard. He knows how important this bowl is, does Robinson. Certainly played the weight. Is he there? Crowd are shouting miss all. And he has 2
Another
to Nick
good
Skidmore.
win.
He wins 21-19, the first 3 winners on the card for the North Midlands. Right, and now we're concentrating on game number 4, and this is very interesting because at this moment in time, Jean Barton leads Peter Dewis from Hornchwood 19-18.
These have had a good hard game, haven't they? Petrie was about 6-7 shots down, wasn't he, early on?
Yes, he was well behind to start with, but
he's way back. He's laying one on, Mike. If he can put this in.
Well, at the moment you're 15 plus, Bob. If you multiply that, you could be looking for a 60 shot plus.
Marvellous, yes.
We shall shortly have news of the away side.
Oh,
from Meltham.
He might run out with this one. Oh, there you are.
And of course, you don't come any tougher than Gene Barton, winner of the Yorkshire County Merit 2 years ago. Very, very experienced player, Gene. Does he go?
Oh, he's going to go over. He's getting the line, Mike. It'll pull hard to the right. It looks lovely weight, doesn't it? Beautiful wood. Has it stopped?
It's just gone out.
Oh,
the crowd are shouting two.
Oh,
and
he
signal.
fancies two. Well, that never looked like going out, did
No.
it?
That's two more now to Peter Dewis. He's within one of victory. 2019 he leads. This is a magnificent comeback. And a good bowl here will mean victory for him and 4 winners for the North Midlands in the first 4. Certainly got to be up here, Bob.
Oh, yes. Got to be up this hill. Is he going to stop? Is he going to stop? Oh, it's
gone through
to the back. Yeah, he's up. That's the he's reached.
All pressure on Barton now.
This don't look bad weight. This don't look bad weight.
That's a good bowl.
Good wood.
Must be up. Must be up. And he is.
He's up. Now, can he get that connection? Can he hit the wood? No.
So the pendulum has swung in favour of Gene Barton. He requires 2. And this looks the Deputy President's bowl to me, Bob.
Fair wood coming in.
Yes, that's it. First victory to Yorkshire in the shape of Gene Barton, 21-20. So the difference after 4 matches played at the Coundon venue is 14 in favour of the North Midlands. Right, now in the middle 4 of the match between North Midlands and Yorkshire here at the Coundon Club, we're concentrating on the game between Steve Bennett from Hornchwood and Chris Mordew from Brighouse Sports. That game stands at the moment Steve Bennett 10, Chris Mordew 5. But before we talk about that, Bob, I think we have to mention the disastrous news, if I can call it that, which has been received from the away venue at Meltham, which shows that Yorkshire have 4 winners. Robert Hitchin beating Jack Robinson 21-13, David Armitage beating Dave Burdett 21-14, Ronnie Warmole beating Dave Rawlins 21-10. And I suppose the worst of all results for the North Midlands County, Mick Cox beating Sean Morris 21-0. Now that puts the Yorkshire side overall in the lead by 32. Now of course we're not there, we're here, so we don't know what happened. Probably a shade unfair to comment, but at least what we can say is it's a disastrous result from the away leg at Yorkshire after 4 matches played.
Yeah, very disastrous, Mike. Very depressing as well. We know that Yorkshire's loaded their first 4, but we didn't expect a result like that.
No, that's true. Mind you, I think that there's still plenty of cheering for the North Midlands here. Steve Bennett, of course, is one of those players that certainly has the experience to register a good win for the North Midlands side, and they certainly need that at the moment. As I said, he leads 10-5, but the player he's playing, Chris Mordew, is certainly one of the top competitive bowlers in Yorkshire at the moment. He won 6 top competitions in 1992, and at this present moment in time he's lying in 3rd place in the Tournament Players Association merit table. So certainly Steve Bennett has got his work cut out here.
Yeah, Steve's got this lead. He shows his keenness. He was up at Blackpool at the Waterloo yesterday and qualified for the last 64 and raced all the way back down here to get his practice in last night. He went up with his fellow clubman, Mark Barton, who we're going to see at number 12. And he himself had a spanking win, beating one of the favourites, Bancroft.
Good, all right. And of course what we should say about Steve Bennett, he's won the Midland Masters and other top competitions in the North Midlands, but of course he's also been successful in the North. He's won the Pontins Classic at Blackpool, the Preston Open at Preston. So therefore he's a very experienced, travelled player.
Well, he gets himself all about the country now, Mark, bowling in these top tournaments.
And I understand, unusually, in this game at the moment, Bob, a one-club man. Always bowl for the Dunlop.
Yes, Ornchwood.
Ornchwood, I should say, I'm sorry.
Yes.
He works at the Dunlop, doesn't he?
He works at the Dunlop.
That's right.
Yeah, he works in the tool room in the Dunlop.
At the moment, he leads 12-5, or at least, if Chris Mordew allows him to score the 2 that he's looking for this end. And he doesn't, he's decided to call for the measures. Because one thing about Steve Bennett, he's one of those players that's also adapted to the level green game. He did very, very well in the now defunct Super Bowl some years ago. His father trained greyhounds, and certainly he'll be looking to romp home here.
Oh, he's a very keen supporter of the county. I know he's here today and he's got his county tie on. He takes great interest in us.
And you mentioned earlier about Bennett's performances at the Waterloo. Of course, he reached the last 8 in 1990, and that's a tremendous performance. That means he actually reached the finals day of the biggest event in Crown Green Bowls,
yes.
And that takes some doing. Measuring here, yes, and he's got the 2.
Got his 2.
Psychologically, this would be important for your county, Bob.
Well, we've got to get some single-figure wins in somewhere to get a smell, to give everybody encouragement, home and away.
And Chris Mordew, although he's won a lot of competitions in the last 2 years, his county record this season he won't be very proud of. He's lost 3 out of 4. That's certainly not the usual standard from Yorkshire players. But equally, at the same time, Steve Bennett has won his last 3, and one of those was 21-6. So he's the player at county level that's in form at the moment.
Yeah, he's trickling this one down the hill. He seems to have got it right. There's a tremendous wood, Mike.
Used to play darts as a youngster, this man Bennett, and that's certainly a bullseye job there.
He tells me he's still playing football.
You wouldn't tell me his age. All I would say to him is he looks sort of the wrong side of 21, but I tell you one thing, this player Mordew's trying with this one. What a bowl. But it looks as if Bennett's still on. Good
It's
try there.
unfortunate, wasn't it? Just through the gap. Just Steve's on the way through.
Just trickle that out of his hand as Steve Bennett.
As I say, you've got to be able to read the name on the wood going over that hill.
Trickling down now. All the way to the jack, hope Steve Bennett.
You won't want to touch this jack. Oh, there's 2 tremendous woods.
Yes. Oh. And let's face it, he'll be disappointed because he's a member of the same club as Sean Morris, who's unfortunately got nil, Bob, and so therefore he wants to retrieve the pride of Hornchwood.
Oh, he's
Strike
fine,
here.
Mike. Missed.
He can keep on doing that all afternoon.
Broke the fence. Lump of wood gone out. Yeah, I feel sorry for Sean. He must be feeling terribly depressed with the nil.
A joiner by trade, Mordew. You'll need to join the wood together on the surrounds there, I think. Bennett still in command in this game. North Midlands certainly want at least 2 good winners now.
We've got to get something out of this middle 4. If we can get some good winners here, the message goes back up north, and it might rejuvenate them, because they must be down up there.
Yeah. Maybe she's adjusting. Morge asking Steve Bennett who's shot here. Striking again, Morge. 2 innings in succession. He's got something this time. And whether he's got the right bowl, that's the question.
Got that board. 6.
Keep it on, Steve. Anything fast, anything.
Plenty of room here for Steve Bennett. 14-9, he leads at the moment. Bennett could just run out now, Bob. They should fetch a few back.
Yeah, certainly need them.
He's hoping this one's going to trickle
just
around.
Get over. Or is he going to stop in time?
Hold your breath. It's gathering speed now. It's just the jet that might have stopped it. That's helped him. Removed 1. Looking for 2. Look, it's measures again. In fact, there's measures required on 2 games on the green at the moment, so this will take a time to sort out. Tony Green having a busy afternoon as referee. Be useful here if Steve Bennett could get 2. Just 1.
No, just the 1.
15-9. Of course, it's important what happens away from home in these next 4 games, Bob, isn't it, as well?
Well, that'll seal it. If we don't pull nothing back away, I would fear the worst.
Off the outside, that's all it was.
He's gone through quite a bit, hasn't he, Mike?
Yes. Not leading as well to the jack as he would hope, I think, Steve Bennett. He seems a bit frustrated at times, but that may, of course, be the green. Certainly if he was bowling on the Waterloo Hotel yesterday, it's a world of difference to this.
Oh, his opponent's gone whistling out. Just about won it, though.
Looks to be better with this. Better pace.
It's the winning wood at the moment.
Corrected it there.
Yes, nice wood there. Be a foot or so at the back.
Maybe a strike again here by Mordew for the 3rd time in the game. Yes, here it goes. Another one to Steve Bennett, 16-9. I've said before, Bob, many people don't approve of the strike in the game. I'm afraid that I disagree with that point of view.
Oh,
I think it's good theatre.
Loads of excitement, brings lots of excitement to the game.
And I think in actual fact Bennett will know all about that, because in the level green game they pay particular attention to the ability to fire. And just a trickle in that jack out of his hand. Remember, a mark is 19 metres. That jack, when it started, looked as if it wasn't going to travel more than 10, but it's now gathering speed and probably end up about 25 metres.
This is the problem now, getting this wood.
Still plenty of support to the North Midlands team. It's a wonderful achievement to get to the final in this competition, whether you win it or not. And that looks a fair
Looks
bowl
fair
that
weight
Bennett's got.
here. Trickling down.
Yes,
Nice
that's
bowl to smashing wood.
excellent bowl. Remember, 32 between the two sides in favour of Yorkshire after 4 matches played at either venue. But from the North Midlands point of view, they can't afford another bad loser. And a good win by Steve Bennett would certainly psychologically improve the situation as well as the score.
Looks like he's just made it again, Mike. Look at this.
Yes, he'll get there before the bowl does.
And he's only walking. It's two crackers.
And I don't
brilliant.
think Mr. Morge will be short.
Strike. Another piece of the fence going to go out here. Spectators are all clearing themselves.
Here he goes. And he's got the
And
jack.
he got the jack. Clean as a whistle. Never even disturbed a wood.
That means as the jack has been disturbed and gone off the green, although it's bounced back off the boards at the back, play will recommence a metre from where the jack left the green, with Steve Bennett leading the first bowl. And of course setting the mark, which he does, and there's no reason for him to move from the same mark that he's been bowling successfully the last 2 or 3 ends. And he seems to have another good lead here, Bob.
Not far away, is he?
Pulled just a shade short.
It's just pulled up a bit. This one's quicker.
Yes, he's gone well through.
Oh, Steve's on here. Though I don't think they're going to count them.
This one's got to do a bit of stopping as well, Bob.
It's going out, isn't it? Well, he might be 2, but I don't think they're going to count, Mike.
Mind you, this has got some running to do. This has got some running to do. Bennett's got 2 there.
Look at that.
Yes, he's got away with 2 there.
And he bowled 2 touches down the bottom and couldn't count one of them.
That's the game of bowls. 18-9 to Steve Bennett. Virtually the same mark again by Steve Bennett.
He's getting good jack placement, isn't he, Mike? He's holding the... He's not whistled the jack off once down there.
Variation of weight, concentration important.
Look how slow this one's going.
I think he's given this up as a bad job, though.
Away.
Bob. He doesn't think it's going to go, but he's still trickling.
No, he's still going. No.
Not any longer.
Now this one's got a lot more speed, but
Yes, this could go off. Benny could still be on here. That lip might stop it.
Lip. Well.
Well, there's one thing about it, that won't go off, Bob.
He's beat
Looks
his
better.
first. Oh, it's going down now.
Well, still got to beat it. Mordew.
Oh, he won't be too confident of beating it down there.
In fact, I think confidence is one of the things that's difficult to consider on this game, Bob. On this green.
He ain't got bad pace, has he? He's slightly quicker, Mike.
Yes, he could go a long way yet. He could go a long way yet. If he misses that bowl. A great pity that Steve Bennett wasn't going to count that bad one to start with, because he's now within 2 shots of victory. 1 to Steve Bennett. 19-9 he leads.
Come on, Steve, put him on. Let's have a good boost here.
Encouragement from the president. Looks a good pace, this one, Bob.
Looks as if he's got it about a couple of foot short. That's all. Of course, having just dropped them out their hands, now they've got to really bowl them up the hill. That's the...
And this looks better to me.
He's got nice pace. But he's bowled wider, hasn't he?
That's probably won it. Just 28, Chris Mordew.
The crowd say Bennett's one down.
And the crowd are always right, you know, Bob.
Yes.
There's more good bowls bowled by the crowd at Crown Green Bowls matches than any players.
And certainly on this green.
I bowled touches on occasions at the Waterloo Hotel watching the top players.
From the bar.
Put the brakes on.
No, he's gone out.
Chance for Mordew here to get 2. Unless he tips that one in.
Oh, that's done him the world of good.
Yes, it has. So he reaches double figures, does Chris Mordew. 21-11 to Steve Bennett.
19-11, Mike.
19-11 to Steve Bennett. Myself getting a little carried away there. It's me, I'm wanting Steve Bennett to win. So
you're saying what I'm thinking.
Yes. Well, let's hope he proves me to be correct this end, Bob.
Yeah, we're on a bowling mark now, Mike.
Very good. I don't think they've been down here before. And if they haven't, that must be in Bennett's favour, because this bowl is going to be short.
Way short.
And crowd are shouting, come on, Steve. They know how important this is. A much wider line here by the Haunchwood player.
A really big swinging mark here. Round it goes.
That's one of the 2 he requires. Well, he's followed the same line as Steve Bennett's, Bob.
Yes, he looks to have a fair wood, doesn't he? Now, can he stop? Can he stop?
Yes, he has.
Just stopped.
Same line again by Steve Bennett. And he looks better paced to me.
Oh, lovely line.
That's the judge.
That's in. One ball, Steve.
2011. Everyone important to the North Midlands side.
Two pearlers on.
Just gone through there, Steve Bennett. He's dissatisfied with that. He knows he wanted a good bowl there. Just one wanted for game. He's certainly struggling, but it'll win it, Bob.
He's bowled a length, hasn't he? Come on, Steve. One good one.
Concentration important here. This is the one that the North Midlands supporters are hoping will clinch victory for Steve Bennett.
He's got to get by it. He hasn't reached it.
And that's a bad ball.
Oh, he's bowled it short.
Chris Mordew looks to be off the land here as well. Gone well through. He scores just one. 20-12 to Steve Bennett. All these shots given away could be important, Bob, couldn't they?
Could be every one.
Chris Mordew, of course, he's far too experienced. He knows he's only got 12, but the game's not over until that final one is registered on the card. His county are in the ascendancy at the moment. He's played an interesting mark here. And this looks to be a fair pace, Bob.
It's a nice pace. I just can't see his line, but he's got good pace. Oh, he's dropped down to the bottom of the green. He's going to might go off here.
He has.
Yes, got off. Got too low.
Tremendous opportunity here for Steve Bennett.
One anywhere adjacent will do us, Mike. He's got to beat it. Oh, he's following his opponent's wood down that hill.
He certainly doesn't want to go off the green. Probably the trickiest corner on the green, this.
He's come a lot higher up the green this time, Mike, hasn't he?
He has, yes. I wonder if he's too heavy.
Can
he
he
could be in the
stop?
gutter here.
Oh, he's really moving.
Bennett may not need to deliver this ball. Off he goes. Yes, Steve Bennett. He wins his game 21-12 over Chris Mordew. We're now moving to watch the young lad who is playing his first game for the North Midlands today, Neil Hancock's from Walsgrave. He's leading 18-13, striking at the moment. And he's got it.
Cracking strike. And he's hit his own last bad luck.
And unfortunately, that's when a strike doesn't come off. Bad luck for young Nigel Hancock's there. He's playing Chris Livesey from the Longwood Club in Yorkshire. What about this young lad, Bob?
He's played for the county twice before, but quite a long while ago. He's changed clubs this year. He's gone to the Walsgrave club, Micah, but he's having a tremendous season. He's leading the Wednesday averages, and that's why we've included him today. He can bowl the green.
Well, he's certainly showing at the moment that he's got no problems with the pressure. He's leading 18-14 against a very good player from Yorkshire in Chris Livesey. Livesey won his last county game 21-20. Brought back into the side after an early defeat.
Not this one. Not that one.
Well, the youngsters have done well for the North Midlands at the moment, Bob. That's one thing. Two winners.
He's just put a cracking lead up, Mike. He's level with the jack. His opponents were way short, missed the line.
And this has got to go a long
he's
way.
moving now.
Oh, could have a wonderful chance here to clinch two and get within one of victory. Could the youngster from Walsgrave?
Oh, it stopped.
Nigel Hancock.
Just got to bowl the same as he bowled his first. It is going to be a good one. It'll go a good way.
He's just stopped. So Nigel Hancock's leads 20-14. One required. Shortly be receiving the next four scores from away, and fingers crossed here at the Coundon Green that at least North Midlands are going to get something back out of that encounter at Meltham. Very big green in Yorkshire.
Right on top of a hill with when the wind blows they all wear their thermals, we're told.
And that's definitely, Bob. I've been there.
Oh, I've never been. They were telling me at the Junior Merit the other Sunday.
Eskimo land.
Well, he's gone for this big one, right big swinger.
Round peg mark here on this tricky Coundon Green. Pulled a shade short, but nevertheless we've seen plenty count further away than that this afternoon, Bob.
Yes.
And this has certainly got some motoring to do. Pulled away.
Plenty of advice coming from his supporters what to do.
That's right. This looks better if it'll bend round. Much more land, different land altogether here by the Walsgrave player. And this could trickle all the way
It's going
around.
to be a fair wood now. Oh, that's a good lead. A lovely lead.
I would imagine it's a firing job.
Well, he wants two for his game, is he?
He wants one for game. He's
game.
2014.
Oh, here we go. He's got it.
He hasn't. 21-14 to Nigel Hancock's.
Well done to young Nigel. It's a nice welcome back to the county scene, Mike.
That's right. A glance at the scoreboard in these last four games of the match between North Midlands and Yorkshire shows that Steve Jones from Walsgrave trails David Blackburn from Slaithwaite in Yorkshire 16-10. Brian Pearson trails Brian Richards 8-7. Joe Hines trails Ashley Dakin 11-10. But in the game that we're going to concentrate on, Mark Burden from Ornshwood leads the Yorkshire County away captain, Alan Thompson, 10-3. But more significant than all of that is that since we were with you a short time ago, the next 4 results have been received from the away leg at Meltham, and those show that Brian Walker for Yorkshire has defeated Tom McDickin 21-17. Tony Throop from Yorkshire has defeated Paul Lamb 21-14. Harvey Kettlewell from Yorkshire has defeated Stuart Harry 21-19, and Darren Price from Yorkshire has defeated Dave Farmer 21-7. So therefore the home leg sees Yorkshire at Meltham winning by 74. They trail here at Coundon by 22. They lead overall by 52. A very disappointed Bob Harrigan sitting next to me here. Bob, an absolute miracle required now.
Oh, absolutely. The home team's not doing too bad, but our away team's really suffering up there. All 8 losers at the moment.
Now we're going to leave that game between Alan Thompson and Mark Burden, with Mark well in the lead, and concentrate on game number 9 between Steve Jones and Davey Blackburn. Now when we left this game earlier, Steve Jones was trailing 12-2. He's still behind 16-11. He's struggling, Bob.
Yes, he is. He's got one on at the moment. Here's a fair wood coming in though. There you are.
Yes, one more there to David Blackburn. David Blackburn, of course, a very, very experienced player. Won the Top Crown doubles some time ago. Been a member of the Yorkshire County side for a number of years.
He's certainly rolling this green well, Mike.
As we covered Steve Jones in his last game for the county, Bob, when he won there against North Lancashire and Fylde, 21-14.
Yeah, he had a very good game, didn't he, at Bedworth?
Yes.
He's not lost this one yet, by no means. But he's got this very experienced Yorkshireman to overcome. He'll be trying all the time.
Jack in the way there, so the end commences again. And I think it's safe to say Yorkshire are well in control here. North Midlands haven't had a winner away from home. I suppose one plus, if there is a plus in this situation today, Bob, is that your young players are performing well.
They are doing,
it
aren't
argues
they?
well
Yes.
for the future, doesn't it?
Very good.
Another young player here in the lad that we're watching now, Steve Jones. 28 years of age, if I remember rightly. Still plugging away. All good experience.
I'm sure Blackburn isn't going to be short this time, Mike. He's giving it a totally different line to Steve Jones. And that's what happens to it.
In fact, Steve Jones is asking who's on there, and he could be.
I think the crowd said he's one down.
He certainly seems to be far enough with this one.
Oh, he's moving here, isn't he?
Can he gather the jack and make sure that he stops?
Well, it's a long way over there.
Well,
Has
that's
he
certainly
stopped?
one.
Hasn't stopped yet, Mike. Yes, it has.
Took a long time to stop, but it looks as if it has. And it looks as if the measures are going to be called for. Yes, Tony Green asks for the measures. So, certainly wants two here, does the young player from the Walsgrave club. Some people would say need a clothesline to measure these, but that's not being disrespectful to these players. There's plenty been farther away than that this afternoon and counted. And anything is a plus at the moment for Steve Jones. He's got it. Two more. 18-13 he trails.
Oh, he's still pegging away, Mike. Another turn, a single, and he'll be...
Remember, in the lead here by 22, North Midlands. You said you were looking for a 60-plus, Bob, before the match.
I think we'll have to amend that.
Yes. And of course, as we all know, you can't win at this game because the critics now will be saying, well, they should have had the practice beforehand. But nevertheless,
No,
it's something you've got to try.
Quarter of an hour is going to make no difference to any of them.
Jack in the way of Davey Blackburn there. Given this plenty to do.
Right round the back, isn't it? He could get nowhere near.
Yes, that's gone down to the old Alvis green, I think, Bob.
Still going as well. No, it stopped on right in the farthest corner.
And this has got some stopping to do as well.
No, he's going a little bit heavy, isn't he?
He's counting two, but somehow I don't think they'll register.
Well, he seems to have got a lot better weight this time, if he gets over.
He's struggling, but he's going to do it. Yes, that's the shot ball by Davey Blackburn. 19-13, he leads. Wants two for game. To become the third Yorkshire player to win on this tricky Coundon green in the match. And a very good bowl there.
He's having a cracking game, isn't he, Mark?
Well, the youngsters played up at it. A good try. Possibly stopped Blackburn from getting the two he needs, although he's got nothing to lose.
He's playing at it.
Well, from our angle, that looked as if Blackburn was on. I'm surprised at that shot. It seems to indicate that
Jones is on.
Jones is on. He's looking closely at it. Yes, he's giving it to Steve Jones. Steve Jones won't want to touch anything, but he'll be hoping to run away and just sneak in for two.
Foot?
But he hasn't.
No, it's pulled up short.
Another one, 1914. Now, of course, the green will be slightly slowing up if that's something significant at the moment, Bob.
It's not been as fast as it's been all week. It's we did dampen it down a bit, but this cloud cover that we thought was going to break into some sunny spells has not happened. The green's not as quick as the Coundon players would like. I think it's quite quick enough for the county players.
There's an escort blocking all the traffic. Cars can't get out. Escort.
It was interesting, earlier on this afternoon I was speaking to Mick Robinson, and he was indicating that he thought perhaps it was a green that was too quick for the home bowlers. I don't know.
I don't know. It's one of those greens that would evoke arguments one way or the other, whether you've picked the right one, whether you picked the right players to bowl on it. We said it was a gamble, and that's it. I mean, we're a plus situation on the green, so it's not all that bad.
No, that's right, Bob.
Comments what we're getting really are from the adverse effect of having a very poor away card.
Now Davey Blackburn seems to be holding his breath here with this one, because it'll go a long way.
It'll go a long way now. If it misses that other one.
In fact, it's gone behind. Steve Jones has got two. Even he laughs himself.
Laughs at that one.
1916. I wonder how many times this year he's been able to say, Bob, I've counted two, and one of them's been 12 yards away.
Only when he's been on here, I would think.
That's right. In fact, he's done very well to get back to 16, 12-2 down early on, showing true fighting
he's
spirit.
clawed his way back into it. With leads like that, it would get him a lot closer.
Of course, we also have to remember here that the sponsors do award a Man of the Match award. And I would think if this young player can retrieve this situation, he's got chances of taking that award.
Look at the lead his opponent's put up side touching.
Enough.
Well, he's played up at it, the young lad. Unfortunately, he's hit his own ball and given Blackburn the chance of getting the two he requires for victory. But equally, he's got to pass that short bowl, and he looks as if he has.
No, he
hasn't. He's just hit it.
Just the one down.
So 20, he's within one shot of victory. David Blackburn from the Slaithwaite Club in Yorkshire. Looking for a good lead here, Blackburn. And it doesn't look a bad ball to me, Bob, there, for what we have seen up that end.
No. He's still going, look.
I would imagine much past. The ball will be off. But that's got some running to do, I think.
Oh, he's hit it, but what's happened?
I would favour the Yorkshire player there.
Well, there's no response from our supporters, so I suppose he's still on. Oh, can he hit Stevie? Can he hit him? Bang, he's hit him. What's happened?
Fell the right way by the looks of it. I would think that the young player has only one option here. And that is to remove those 2 balls that appear to be shot. And he hasn't, he's playing the weight. I hope that he's up.
They don't know who's on, do they? The way he's bowled that,
Well,
I would say he fancies himself.
Well, if Steve Jones isn't on, and he didn't ask, and he's 1 down, he isn't.
Yeah, he is 1. Thought he would be playing a shot.
No, I wouldn't have thought
Playing
so.
that sort of shot more.
Must have been some movement by that second bowler,
Yeah,
Davey
when
Blackburn.
Davey went up and hit it.
So the young player is still in there, 20-17, he trails. Never all over until the fat lady sings, that's what they say, Bob, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they never open for the way Steve's fighting.
Oh, this will be an interesting swinging round peg mark on this Coundon green, delivered by Steve Jones.
Oh, is it going to turn, Mike? Is it
No,
going
I
to
don't
turn in
think so.
time?
Might just.
Yes, just.
It has. Certainly, I didn't think that was going to turn.
Me. This ended up a cracker. Look at that. Go on. Wow.
How wrong can you be?
Look at the different line he's coming in.
And I'll tell you what, he's got a chance. He's got a chance. This is a bowl and a half.
Oh, brilliant.
That is
absolutely perfection.
one of the finest bowls I think we've seen this year, Bob.
Oh, he turned over. Didn't even know the green, turned over and bowled perfection.
And he wants that one for game.
Well, he's got to smack these. We're hoping this jack whistles under our feet here, Mike. If he's going to fire. Blind Mike, keep your legs together.
That's right.
He's
not far away. And now it's gone against him.
Now it's gone against him.
How unfortunate. How unfortunate can you be? Steve Jones, with a tremendous last ball, sees it beaten by probably one of the bowls of the season, by Davey Blackburn. And it is the Yorkshire player who wins 21-17.
Absolutely cracking performance.
And becomes the 3rd winner of the afternoon for his side.
Come on, Joe, lad.
While we're concentrating on this game, Brian Pearson from Stoke Coventry has just beaten Brian Richards 21-16. It's the 7th winner for North Midlands this afternoon. Mark Burden still looking to become North Midlands' best winner at home.
Only a fraction short, that's all he was.
Room for you, Joe, there. Room for you, baby. Room for you, Joe, lad.
A lot better line, Mick. Can he stop?
That's his problem.
If he gets over that hill, he won't.
Possibly stop to win that.
Stop to win, yes. Well, Alan's, I don't know whether he's short or a bit narrow. He's going round again to his other wood. I should say it was narrow the way that one's going.
That will be disappointing for Alan Thompson. It isn't very often that you see a player of his calibre deliver a worse bowl than the first one he delivered. And Mark's certainly looking for 2 here, which will put him within 1 of victory. But can he stop again? That's the point. The crowd are shouting, well bowled, Mark. Alan Thompson's having a look. How many will he concede?
I think Mark's asking
He's not
for 2.
conceded anything at the moment. He has 1. Tony Green signals a measure is required. Very important this for Mark Barton. He just wants 3. He knows he's got 1. He's looking for 2. Tony in green indicates that Thompson's in, so it's just the 1. 19-8 to the Haunchwood player. Wants a good lead here, Mark.
I thought you balled in Yorkshire.
This don't look too bad. He's about a yard short, going to the crowd.
Thompson seemed to go completely different line with that.
He seems a lot wider, doesn't he? But I think it'll peg round if he's up.
Difficult to see who's on there. Running after this one, Mark Barton.
He looks short to me. Oh, Mark. He'll be disappointed there.
Yes, he certainly wanted a good ball there.
Well, Alan knows he can go right out there. He's seen his first wood, didn't he?
Yes, that's probably the worst end that Mark Barton has bowled all afternoon. He's removed 1 of Thompson's shot bowls and conceded the 2. 19-10, he leads. That was interesting there, where Thompson threw the mat, wasn't it?
I think Mark's wrong there.
Yes.
Mark should have said a metre only.
That's right. Bit of gamesmanship there by Alan Thompson. Removed the mat and
allowed his fellow player in the other pair to bowl the mark that he wanted to bowl.
Correct. Yes, certainly Mark was perhaps a little bit slow to realise what happened there, but that mat certainly moved 6 metres, Bob, I would have said.
Oh, it did.
Come on, Joe, you got a yard.
Still, it's up to the player to object, and he obviously didn't, so the game continues. And Alan Thompson's got a good bowl here. Just a shade over, but still a reasonable bowl.
Come on, Joey, lad. It's a food bowl.
Yes, Mark.
But this is better, Bob.
Yeah, this looks better pace, doesn't it? Yes, in for 1.
That's one of the 2 that Mark requires.
Now let's see if Alan can play this jack through.
I'll tell you what, he won't be short.
He's got a nice
Whether
pace.
he's on the right line, that's the question.
It'll bend back in a minute. There it goes.
But I don't think he's bent enough. Mark Barton is asking.
Who's on?
And the crowd are indicating that he is. So can he get 2? All eyes on this ball now.
Do you think he's here, Mike? I don't think he's up.
Come on, Mark.
1 more to Mark Barton. I think he probably, as he throws the mat to the floor, grimacing on his face, that he feels that he should have been there for the 1 that he wants for game.
Let's hope he bowls a better end this way this time, Mark. It's going back up the same mark.
That's a pudding ball. That's a pudding ball, Joe. We'll go away again, Joe.
Well, he's up. He's certainly up.
Oh, touched the jack.
Wow. Alan's going for this wider line to it again.
Yes, Joseph! Yes, Mark, well,
Good ball here, Mark Burden.
Cracking Woods.
That's what he wants.
No. Oh, he's took a lot tighter line this time.
Chances with this.
There's chances if he can stop. He's going a bit. He's going. Oh, he touched the jack. Beautiful.
That is what Crown Green bowls is all about. Pressure. And that was a tremendous pressure bowl by Alan Thompson. Alan Thompson bowling somewhere within the vicinity that he bowled before, but he's delivered it a
He's
little
going to
bit
go over
further.
the hill this time.
come on, Joey, lad!
Yorkshire first. Wilson 21. Pete Perry 17. Pete Harrison 21. Adil Dillon 14. 8 Sykes 21. Adil Dillon 18. And for the benefit of the North Midlands, J.R. Beckley 13.
Now the cheers you could hear while this match has been taking place is one of the few this afternoon because Peter Varney has become the only winner in the away side for North Midlands, winning his game 21-13 against Richard Bentley.
It's all right.
And in this game here, it looks as though
Mark's still got a bowl, is.
he has, yes. And the difference, unfortunately, away from home in favour of Yorkshire is 80. There looks a lot of room there for Mark Burden to get the one he requires, but not as easy as it looks.
He wants about 2 yards on his first if he can get it and stop.
If he can get past it, and he has,
He's got a chance now if it'll stop.
all the North Midlands are cheering this bowl on. Mark's thinking about kicking it,
He don't want to kick it, he's trying to get it to stop.
and he's Alan Thompson
smashing
concedes.
win.
So Mark Burden
Well done,
beats
Mark.
Alan Thompson 21-11, which means at the moment North Midlands are winning their home leg by 33. Unfortunately, they've already lost the match. The final game on the green is between Joe Hines and Ashley Dakin. Joe Hines, who was the North Midlands man of the match in the semi-finals, he's in the lead against Ashley Dakin, 19-16. He gains another one, makes it 20-16. So the question is, can Joe become the 9th winner? It must be disappointing, Bob.
Oh, terribly disappointing, isn't it? Still, Lads have had a cracking season, haven't they? They've
That's
only
right.
lost one game, same as Yorkshire, but we've lost the wrong one.
You get £550 if that's any consolation from the sponsors, Martel.
Oh, might have a nice drink and a cigar on it.
Well, I think you get something out of Peter Varney. At least he's won the kitty away.
Oh.
Everybody's willing, Joe, to get this final one. It's been a long day, and a particularly long day for the North Midlands, but as Bob Harrigan says, they've performed admirably this season. There are many other counties wishing they'd been in this position, Bob.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
Now, can this stop? That's the question. If he can't, Joe Hines will win his game.
Oh, I don't know.
But I don't know whether it's gone far enough. We shall soon know.
I would say it was on from here.
Joe's conceded that one. He leads 2017.
Come on, Joe boy.
Crowd are starting to drift away, but at least they've seen some good bowling this afternoon. And
Yeah,
all
I'm sure they've enjoyed themselves. They watched some of the top-class bowlers performing on what it must be the most difficult green you can bowl on. Similar to a football match, Mike, when the home team's down towards the end, they're beginning to drift away.
That's right. But all credit to Yorkshire. They are the county champions once again. 14 of these players were members of the Yorkshire county side who defeated North Midlands in 1991. And for many of them, it'll be one of many successes they've had in winning this particular championship.
Shot Joe's there. That's a different shot there.
Joe Hines has got the one there he requires for a 2017 win.
He's looking quick, he is. One of the greens are dying now. It could stop on down there.
Everybody's waving it
Waving it
goodbye.
off.
Joe's hoping.
Hoping it's going to go off. It's stopped.
It's just stopped. It certainly wouldn't have stopped earlier on this afternoon, Bob.
No chance. Oh, he looks wide. He's not going to get any bend into this, and
Very disappointing bowl up there by Joe Hines. 2018, he leads. Ashley Dakin, a member of the club where Yorkshire play their home leg this afternoon, Meltham. In fact, he's the only player in the Yorkshire side from that club this afternoon. So he'll be wanting a unique double. Success at his own club and success for himself. Everybody's saying, run away, Joe.
Can he creep by? No. Just that yard.
Ashley Dakin going in for two.
No, he's still got room.
Even a yard at the back, Joe.
Wade in.
And he's done it. So well done, Joe Hines.
Well done,
he
Joe.
wins 21-18. And so, although North Midlands have lost overall, they've won the home leg. And Yorkshire are this year's Martel Cognac Inter-County champions.
Hello, Barry.